We are here in Northwest Arkansas between, let's see, south of Harrison and before you reach Jasper at Mystic Caverns to check out a cave tour. Let's go.
Let's go down into the ground.
Hi, this is Amy with TPF, Trips, Places, and Fun, where we show you how to have fun and exciting family-friendly adventures. We are here at Mystic Caverns in Northwest Arkansas, and they actually have two caverns here, two caves here. One is Mystic Cavern, the other is Crystal Dome Cavern. And so you can do both cave tours for $19.99. You can do Mystic Cavern for $16.99 or Crystal Dome for $14.99. So we have decided to do just Mystic Cavern today, and let's go check it out.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go do it.
You are in rare form today. That's quite the puddle. Yeah, that's a big puddle right there.
Alright guys, so they believe this cave was found in the early 1800s. The original entrance to this cave was actually a single entrance right up here, about 30 feet wide. And that's why they thought this cave was found in the early 1800s, just because people wouldn't be able to walk by a big giant hole in the ground and not see it. Does everybody know what dog patch is? Dog patch is saying? Alright, so they're the ones that actually put in all the stairs and the railings in both of our caves. They're the ones that actually started giving real actual tours throughout these caves. But before them we had the Rainey family. And they gave cave tours through here by a wooden ladder and a kerosene lantern, so it's pretty cool. Before we go down in there will be some smoke damage on the formations. It's going to be the black and the gray on the formations. That's from a moonshine still that was down in here. And then there's going to be some breakage, and that's going to be from a time period when the cave was unprotected. So whenever you guys are ready, we're going to head down in here.
Moonshiners.
And I will just tell you guys now, I don't have samples. I apologize. They don't let me bring them down here.
Samples of what?
Moonshine.
Oh, gotcha.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So you guys feel free to take pictures and videos up here. Whenever you're ready, I will get you down these stairs. The most important rule before we head down these stairs is just not to touch any of the formations because the oils on your skin will cause them to stop growing. And right here, as you walk down the stairs, you'll realize where they actually sealed up the sinkhole entrance.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So all this like gray and black that's on the formations here, that's from the moonshine?
Yeah, so that's smoke damage.
Wow.
Most of our formations are the normal, like you see the red and kind of yellow tinted tan color.
Yeah.
That's going to be more natural. Any of the black and the gray is smoke damage.
Wow, what a shame, huh?
Alright guys, so up on the ceiling what kind of looks like a dirty snowball up there, that's what we call spherical stalactites. The cool thing about it is if it was to actually be cut open, it would be hollow inside there.
Huh.
And then right over here we have what kind of look like tree roots or little worms. So these are called helictites, and they're formed by a very, very small hole. And that's how they actually defy gravity and they curl up. Does anybody have any questions for me so far?
So, why are all those broken off?
So during the time period about 1938 to 1946, there weren't really laws on caves to protect them. And people would come down here and they would break these formations off and they would go and sell them for just a few cents of every pound they brought out.
Oh, I got you. All right.
All right, so we're gonna head down this way. This does get kind of slick, so just be careful. I recommend to hold on to that handrail whenever you guys are ready. So towards this end of the cave, you're going to see how it's kind of a gray color, the smoke damage is. That's because the moonshine still was on the other side of the cave. So towards that side, it'll get more black. Right here we have what we call cave coral. It just gets its name because it looks like coral. And over here, this is the biggest, not the tallest, but the biggest formation in this cave. What we call our pipe organ. So it's 28 feet tall, 15 feet around, and hollow inside there. And the reason it got its name, the pipe organ, you can see some of the damage that Dogpatch actually did right here. So each drapestry, if it's hit or struck by something, makes a different pitch or a different sound. They would also hide somebody up here in this space. As you guys were walking past, they would jump out and scare you guys.
You should do it. Go do it.
I can't handle that.
I feel like it would be really terrible for you to be down here constantly with all that smoke from, making the moonshine. Like those people probably all died from something awful.
I mean, they only had like an opening at the very top for all that smoke to come out of, and it doesn't circulate down here.
I know.
Like it just kind of sits.
It seems like a really bad idea.
When was that,
Prohibition era, basically. So, yeah.
Wow. All right.
I've had one time when I was down here with like 40 people and all the lights shut off because the electricity went out, and I was like, I panicked. I was like, everybody turn your phone lights on. We're getting out of here right now. All right, guys, so we're going to come up these stairs. If you want to look up in there, just wait till you get to the top step, kind of get steady on it. You guys can walk over here.
Yeah.
So past those rocks, about as far as you can see, kind of where the light is, that's going to be one end of the cave. From that end to the other end, it's a little over 300 feet.
Okay.
The deepest we're going to go in here is about 60 to 65 feet, so not very deep. This ledge right up here was actually once connected to the ceiling. So we have some earthquake damage down here, and it could also possibly be water just seeping through cracks. But I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Coyote and the Roadrunner cartoon, but that looks like a little scene out of...
Yeah, it does.
Right there here you'll see some more of the earthquake cracks that kind of run along the formations. Right there. And you'll see one big one that goes along the ceiling down here. So whenever you guys are ready.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't get earthquake coverage on our house. Maybe I should have.
So is anything happening with Dogpatch, like, at all?
So someone bought it, oh goodness, like a couple years ago, and was like saying they were gonna turn it into like the newer version of Dogpatch. They've done that several times, people have, and then they've run out of money, is what they say. But they had like a hotel, set up, and I guess it was really terrible, so they just kind of quit messing with it. I mean, if you go down there, it's like not very far from here.
Yeah.
The buildings are just terrible. They're falling apart. the water down there where it has like the little waterfall, it's just green. Like it's really bad.
So it would take a lot. It would take a lot. It would probably almost be easier just to build a new one from scratch than to
like just take everything out.
Yeah.
But then like the history behind it, people are like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of depends who you talk to, what they actually.
Have you ever been there? Probably not, huh?
He went as a kid and he loved it, but
Y'all been there?
No.
My aunt worked there when she was younger, like in high school, I think. But no, I was not alive. All right, guys, so if you look up here, these are still kind of wet on the bottom, but as you can tell, a lot of them are still dry as well. Especially the pipe organ back here, it's very dry. This cave is considered mostly dormant, which means it's not really growing anymore. Basically, all the formations are dead in here. But some of them will have a little bit of growth on the bottom of them. So you'll see very few spots that are actually growing in this cave. The next room you're going to go down into is the popcorn room right down in here. Once you get down the stairs, you're going to want to stay to the left because you might hit your head if you're taller than me, which is usually like everybody. Whenever you guys are ready, you'll head down in there. Alright guys, so the reason I got it to in the popcorn room, as you can tell, the popcorn looking formations on the drapestries here. You're welcome to look in that hole. If you do, you might get blinded a little bit. You can also step here and look back through that hole, and there's one down here as well. Oops, sorry. Right here, this white formation is what we call our wedding cake formation. As you can tell, it does have a lot of moisture on it, so this is still one of those formations that is still growing. And this brown spot right here is where someone touched it, and it's no longer growing anymore.
Wow.
Up here on the ceiling, these are called crinoid fossils. They naturally have a hole in the middle of them. You can really see that one right there. This was actually a plant or an animal that lived on the ocean floor. So at one point, this whole place was underwater. Native Americans actually would use them as beads because they have that natural hole down the center of them.
Huh.
Now, the story behind the pole, it's kind of a silly one. So a cave inspector came down here and he was like, there's a crack right here. I mean, it's a cave, there's like a ton of cracks, but he wanted us to put that there, so now it's...
Really?
It's,
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's silly, but it's there. Does anybody want any pictures together down here, anything like that?
No.
Alrighty. This little stalactite right here was broken off of right up here. Somebody tried to break in, take it out, and realized it was too heavy, so.
that right there.
Yeah, the stalactite was right up here.
Oh.
All of these you can kind of see are pretty wet. You can see some new growth on the bottom of these as well. Alright guys, whenever you're ready, you'll come up these stairs. If you look up here, you'll see these stalactites up here. Kind of like the ones we saw before, but these you can actually see the whole circle that they make. So these stairs are spaced out pretty weird, so just watch your step. As we come up here, you'll see how dark the formations are getting as we get towards the other side of the cave. Now this is usually the part of the cave to where everybody looks at me like, you're absolutely crazy. But does anybody like to sing? Is anybody good at singing?
Not me.
I'm looking at you like you're crazy.
Alright, so if nobody wants to sing, that's fine. But you can go up into the singing balcony and kind of look around. It looks over what we call the ballroom. So we'll have 2 people at a time just because it's a little bit smaller than the popcorn room.
Okay.
So whenever you guys are ready, you'll head up there.
I heard that. Oh yeah, it does look like a singing balcony
Oh wow, this is
over
cool.
the ballroom.
You guys can come up here.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
That's nice.
There you go.
Good job.
Oh,
man.
you made ripples go in the water.
I didn't do that.
I don't know. I just noticed it.
Dude, if that was the case, that'd be crazy.
I think it is,
No
actually.
way. Hey! No way. You're making it.
I don't know. There's coins in there. Do you guys want us to take your photo?
No, we're good.
Okay. Oh, it's dripping. That's what it is. There's
Yeah.
water dripping. I just saw it.
I mean, it was either the dripping water or my singing.
Yeah.
Could have been either one. Nice. Did you hear her sing?
I heard you. It was beautiful.
Oh, well, that's what most people say.
Alright guys, so up on the ceiling, this is that crack that I was telling you guys about. You can follow along right here. So not only did they bust off stalactites and stalagmites, they also started to bust out pieces of the side of these huge
Wow.
formations right here.
Really?
No, I did that.
I was gonna say those are
I would
bad,
get
bad people.
fired like that.
Yeah, I bet.
Alright guys, so up here we have two waterfall spots. It's pretty rare for them to have any moisture at all, but with all the rain we've had, you see a little bit trickle down. But at one point you can tell this actually corroded all through this right here.
Oh.
This is also my Scooby-Doo monster, so you'll see his eyes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Whenever you guys are ready, you'll go down into where those two pools are for me.
I gotta get the Scooby-Doo monster. That guy is cool. We kind of live down here.
Really?
Yeah.
All the coins have turned blue.
So as you guys can tell from his beautiful voice, it echoes in here. That's why it's called the singing balcony. During Christmas time, they actually had a choir come down here one year and sing for people, and it was all lit by candlelight instead of the actual.
Oh, that's cool. There's the
If I
singing
started to
balcony.
sing, you guys would like run. Not gonna even try.
So it wouldn't have been like as good as mine.
Exactly. I would literally, yeah, no, just terrible.
Gotcha.
Not even gonna try. So this is the ballroom. So when the Moonshiners were down here, you can see the line that runs across here and right here as well. So the Moonshiners actually pushed wood up against the sides of the formations and made themselves a wooden dance floor down here. It wasn't safe for people to walk on after Dog Patch bought it. So they dug these two pools. These two pools are naturally filled by the cave. So we don't bring buckets of water or anything like that. You'll see every now and then little drips into the pools.
So the Moonshiners were dancers too, huh?
What do you think? They're drinking. You don't always make smart decisions.
All right.
How long do you guys think it takes a penny to corrode in one of the pools?
A year.
I'm gonna say 50 years.
Anybody else?
6 months.
Close.
Oh.
About 3 months.
So
90 days.
between 3 months and 50 years.
You're close. But I figured she said Dog Patch was the one that put the pools
I
in.
should've picked up on that.
So I figured it probably wouldn't be 50 years.
I'm not that smart. I'm just a good singer.
Those pennies in there are what my boss calls his magic cave pennies because they magically appear up in the gift shop for 25 cents.
Ah, way to make some money. Turning 1 cent into 25 cents.
Right here you see this stalactite that has the white marks on the side of it and some white marks on the wall. So the white marks are from people throwing rocks at it to try to break it down. Somebody wasn't a very good aim, as you can tell, they kind of missed a few times. It's also said that if you stand underneath this one and look straight up, you'll see kind of what it looks like a tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Now these columns right here are formed when a stalactite and a stalagmite meet in the middle. So you see this one right back here actually had the middle broken out of it.
So did the city make you all put that one in?
No.
What?
Alright, we're gonna come up through here.
Shut up.
Messing with me, like you just, what? Alright, so you'll see a thumbprint right here. Or a handprint.
Yeah.
There's the thumb and then there's the whole hand.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Oh,
completely
wow.
dead. It will not grow in that area because the oil's on your skin.
Just one touch does that?
Yeah.
That's why they
That's
never
why
let you touch
need to
anything
not
in
touch the
caves.
formation.
Why'd you think I'm thinking of?
You guys will go right down there. Those stairs are kind of steep, so just be really careful. So you see your thumbs here.
Amy, don't touch, she said.
I didn't, but be careful coming down.
Man, I'm guessing this is the end of it on this side.
Yeah.
Man, those moonshiners stay busy.
Yeah, look how black that is over there.
Alright guys, so you are in the room that has the moonshine still in. You can see how dark black this is on the formations back here. The white streaks that are kind of coming down, that's new growth. So basically the formations, when they had that black soot on there, covered it up with another layer. So actually right back behind you, you see how it's kind of speckled here. That's from somebody brought a power washer down here. And they tried to power wash the soot off of the formations. Obviously was not a good decision because they had to chip layers off to get to the soot. So they did decide to leave it eventually, so it kind of looks weird and speckledy. But the good thing they did find down here with that power washer is this piece of flowstone right through here. So this at one point was covered in rocks and clay when the moonshiners were down here, except for that one little spot up there that has a little bit of smoke damage on it, but all of this has none. Right through here, this would have been completely covered in drapestries. You can kind of follow their veins all the way down. All of those have been broken off during that time period. Right up here, we have our dinosaur bone,
Oh, yeah.
our eagle up here,
Yeah.
and our little lighthouse right back here.
Oh, that's cute.
Now, if you guys follow this crack that runs all the way through here, up to the ceiling, this large rock and this one right here, we're actually connected to the ceiling up there. And that's from an earthquake. As you can tell, all of that kind of collapsed.
Do you know when these earthquakes happened or?
So I was told, we don't really know like for sure everything. The one that made the Mississippi flow backwards, do you know the name of that one? I don't. But apparently that one did some damage down through here. I'm pretty sure that's what did this. Because I mean, it made the Mississippi flow backwards. So that's kind of a lot of damage that it could have done. We don't have very many earthquakes around here, so
Yeah, I know.
there's not very many options for us to kind of pick from that would have happened, but we can kind of guess a little bit. Caves are really hard to age because it depends on the water and the minerals that are flowing through here, and things that happen down here, it's kind of hard to put a time period on. Up here, about as far as you can see, above ground is going to be the gift shop, so you can kind of gauge how far you've walked a little bit.
That's how we get back to the gift shop?
I'll let you do that. Walk back up the stairs. So up here on the ceiling, can you guys guess what the white stuff is up here?
Soot?
New growth?
So it's calcium carbonate, the main ingredient in Tums. So Native Americans actually would come down here and they would scrape this stuff off the walls and use it as medicine.
Oh.
Somebody made a joke one time that one of the moonshiners would like lick the ceiling, you know, when they get sick.
Yeah.
Just crawl up there and lick the ceiling. But it's kind of cool to think we still use this kind of mineral in medicine today. Obviously we don't climb down in caves to get it, but yeah.
Interesting.
So right here is another waterfall spot. It came out of this little tiny hole up here. But you can see all the different layers and the different minerals we have in it. And you can actually step 1 foot here and only touch this concrete piece here. And look down in there if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
And watch that step there. Your shoes are so cute.
Oh, thanks.
What is down there?
It's just a waterfall spot, so it just ate, like the water ate all the way through the minerals.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. This is like my favorite spot. Like, all right, so we're gonna come right down here. So since it's a small group, I can show you guys this right here. So it says Adam Cole Wilcoxon, April 6, 1919. There's some more writing right here that's been kind of covered up. And then
That's crazy because that's exactly 100 years ago. I mean,
there's a 37 right there.
Where was that, 19?
right here.
1919.
Wow.
And they used X's instead of commas, so it's kind of weird.
Huh.
Over 100 years. That crazy?
All right, guys, so we're gonna make our way back up to this top platform.
I thought it was going to be cooler in here.
Like colder?
It's 59 degrees year round.
Feels good.
Yeah, during the summer when it's really hot, I'm like, ah. And then during the winter, I'm like, it's warm down here. It's perfect. All right, so if you look on the side of the pipe organ, you'll see what we call the face of King Kong right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
And I'll ask you to turn off all your phone lights, camera lights, all that stuff for me. You guys can
Light.
leave it on if you want
Turn
to.
off the light. Yeah, I know you want to make it dark. Okay, time out. I'm going to do
No,
it.
you're fine. So, the natural, wow, I'm having a hard time today. Okay. So how dark it is down here is how dark the moonshine is what it came down to. All right, guys, does anybody have any questions for me? Did you guys enjoy the cave tour?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So if you're going on the next one, we'll be leaving off the back porch, and I'll be up to the door to unlock it in just a minute.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Where did my little salamander go? They usually hang out like right by the door. There was an orange one this morning. All right, guys.
We're free.
Thank you so much. So that was Mystic Cavern, really cool. It did have a lot of damage, but the damage was associated with the history, so it was kind of cool to hear about the history of the cave and how all that damage came to be. You know, they had moonshiners down there with their equipment. They got smoke damage all over the cave. They had people that would come down and break off, you know, the stalactites and sell them and stuff like that. So it was really interesting to hear and, you know, definitely a unique experience to see it. So definitely enjoyed that.
Yeah, so we're not going to do the other cave.
We're running a little bit low on time, so you can do both caves for 20 bucks. This one was 17 so for a few dollars more, you can do both caves, but we're running short on time because we've had a long, exciting day. But we are going to just do the one. It was fun.
So I think we're done with the cave here. Are we going to tell everybody to do something as they travel?
Oh, safe travels, everyone.
There it is. Man, if you wouldn't have done that, it could have been
I'm not on
mayhem.
my A game.